Today, I'm going to show you how to make the best baked beans. Perfect for any party, any barbecue, and any potluck. Hi, I'm Carrie with eatingonadime.com. We're on a mission to help families eat well on a budget. I have been making baked beans. I'm losing count how long it's been, but I know that I started out because I fell in love with my aunt's baked beans and she taught me how to do it, and they have been the best baked beans. And now I've jazzed it up just a little bit, but they are seriously so easy to make and they are perfect for any occasion, whether it's Christmas or Easter or a swim party or a potluck. Baked beans are my go-to. Now you can get the full recipe linked in the description below, or you can always just go to Eating on a Dime and search baked beans, or go to Google and type in Eating on a Dime's baked bean recipe and it will pull right up for you. Before we get started, I have to ask you one thing real quick. Do you love baked beans, or is there something you prefer at a barbecue or a potluck? Make sure you drop it in the comments below. And after you make this recipe, don't forget to leave a review. It's the best way for us to hear from you. So you'll just go to Eating on a Dime on the recipe. You will just leave a comment and then rate the review up to 5 stars. But it really helps other people know how you made the recipe and what you loved about it or what you did differently. First, we're going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. The first thing we're going to do is chop up a green bell pepper and a red onion. Now for today, you can do like a red bell pepper if you want to, but this is what we prefer, and you could do even a white onion or a yellow onion, but I'm obsessed with the red onion. So I'm going to also use my food chopper today because it's going to make this so much faster and so much easier. So we're just going to cut, oh, and I have this link for you. If you've been watching my YouTube videos, you know we're using this all the time. So we're going to cut this in half. I'm just getting those seeds out. Just so I can get this in the food chopper. Then I cut these in half. So they're a little bit smaller, just so they'll fit in the food chopper. I always recommend skin side up because it chops in there really fast or really quickly and easier, doesn't get stuck. Let's see how great this is. Chop it up this whole pepper in half the time. That's so cool. Now we're going to cut our onion. So you just cut the ends off. We're going to peel that outside layer. I cut them in half, and then we're going to cut them in quarters. So see how they're just like this. Then this side, I'm going to push down into the chopper so we can get that pretty evenly chopped onion. Sorry, that popped up. So I got this top part that I'm pushing down into the blades. And that makes sure you don't have any long pieces in your onions. Oh, it popped up. One more. And see how we have these beautifully cut onions in half the time. Now over on the stove top in a large skillet, we're going to fry up some bacon. Now today I'm using like pre-cooked bacon. The regular bacon works best. I just didn't have any, and honestly, I really like the pre-cooked bacon just because it's a little bit less greasy, but real bacon just tastes amazing. But either one will work. And we're gonna fry these up until they're nice and crisp. Once you start seeing them getting a little crispy, we're just gonna flip these, and we want them crispy on both sides. It doesn't have to be super crispy, and if you prefer your bacon softer, you can do that too. I just like a little bit of the crunch before I mix them in with my baked beans. Once they're crispy, we're going to remove them from the pan and put them on a plate lined with paper towels. Then we're going to cook these peppers and onions inside that bacon grease and cook until these are soft. As they're cooking, I like to turn my heat down to about medium to let them saute slowly because you don't want these to turn brown. You just want them to get nice and soft. And you'll know when they're done because they'll all turn a little bit darker color, and those onions will be a little bit more translucent and less bright. While the peppers are getting soft, we're going to go ahead and start mixing everything together. First, we're going to need 3/4 of a cup of barbecue sauce. Any kind will do. My motto is just use inexpensive barbecue sauce. You can actually use really nice ones too. It doesn't really matter. But the different flavors of barbecue sauce you use will change the flavor of the baked beans. So if you like really sweet baked beans, maybe do a more sweetened one. If you like a smoked version, you could do a smoked barbecue, but that will change. We're going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of paprika, put these on. Then we need a 1/4 of a cup of brown sugar. To me, baked beans need to be sweet or have I kind of like a sweet and spicy or sweet and smoky combination. You could leave this out, but like baked beans and baked beans, excuse me, without the brown sugar. So now we're going to mix this up and get all those seasonings combined in that barbecue sauce. Then once this is all mixed up, we're going to add in our baked beans. So today I'm just doing pork and beans, and I have 2 28-ounce cans. Now in your grocery store, if you can't find the 28-ounce cans, it just means you're going to need 4 of the regular sizes. We're not going to drain them or anything like that. Now we want to mix up those seasonings first because we don't want to crush the beans when we're mixing everything together. So don't skip that step. Mix that up first and then add in the beans. I am left-handed. Shout out if you're left-handed. Let me know below. Opening cans is like the hardest thing for me, but this can opener is super easy to use. So we do have this link, and everything else we've used today, we have those linked in the description for you as well if you need to get anything new for your kitchen. Put this in. Then we're just going to mix this to combine. Now that my onions and peppers are soft, we're going to dump them right into the bowl as well. Just going to get all that goodness out of there. Then we're going to chop up that cooked bacon that has cooled slightly, and I'm just going to run my knife through it. Doesn't have to be perfect. You just want the pieces of bacon to fit onto a spoon. Now, don't skip this step of cooking the bacon and cooking the onions and peppers. The reason is because it's not going to bake long enough. These onions and peppers will still be kind of crunchy if you don't saute them. And then the bacon, if you just throw them in there raw, which you can, I've done that before, it just kind of makes your baked beans look a little greasy, and I'm not for that. So either one will work. I've done them both ways, and this is just my favorite way, which is why I'm teaching you this way. Now we just got to dump this in the bowl as well, and then mix. And now we just have to place this in a 9x13 pan or in like a 3-quart baking dish. Gotta scrape all the goodness out. Now, a few things I wanted to kind of cover, some additions that you can do that I personally like is I love adding jalapenos to mine. That's not for everybody, but I love the sweet and spicy taste. If you do that, you want to add it right before you dump it in as well. Now we're going to throw this in the oven, remember at 350 degrees, and we're going to let it cook for about 45 to 50 minutes until it's to the consistency that you like. Like right now, they're pretty runny. If you like your beans thicker, you just want to cook them a little bit longer. We're just going to want to make sure that these are nice and thickened to where you want, and then we're going to let these cool for about 10 to 15 minutes. They smell so good, and they have been sitting, they've cooled off just a little bit, and the reason we recommend that is because it will slightly thicken as you let it sit. And this is great at room temperature too, so it can sit out for a potluck And I personally think they just get better and better. Okay, my favorite part. I mean, look, yum. I already snuck a bite, guys, because I couldn't wait. I just love baked beans, especially when they're cooked great, like this. Another thing, guys, is we actually have a crock pot version that you can make it in the crock pot. Just go to Eating on a Dime and search crock pot baked beans, and that's great too because they'll stay warm. But look, you can see the steam. I don't know if you guys can see them, but they're so good. Oh, I wanted to quickly show you a close up. See how they get this beautiful crust, but underneath they're just so tasty, and they have lots of sauce, and it's the perfect of sweet and smoky baked beans. Perfect combination of sweet and spicy, guys. Remember, if you like today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe. We're over 120,000 subscribers. So we would love it for you to join our community. And as always, you can grab the recipe. It's linked in the description. I cannot wait to hear if you make these baked beans and how you like them. But if you do, now remember, you can go to Eat on a Dime and you can save all of these recipes. That way, like if you don't want to make baked beans right now, but you know you're going to want to make them this summer, you can actually save them. So that way you can easily find them again. And that's all for free on eatingonadime.com. Okay, guys, I'm out of here. Drop a comment below. Let me know when are you making these and if you love baked beans. I will see you next time in my kitchen for another family-friendly but easy recipe. Bye, friends.